as more examples with graphing slope-intercept. Remember, what makes it slope-intercept is the fact that it's mx plus b. Remember where we start? The first thing we should do is b, my y-intercept. It's a -3, quick and simple. On my y-axis, go to -3, put a starting point. Because again, if I plug in ordered pairs 0, 3, 0 for x, 0 times anything, even 0 times a -1/2, 0, -3. Now, when we have a negative slope, something I want to talk about if m is -1/2. Remember that if we have a negative in front of a fraction, it's easy to think, do I put it in the top? Do I put it in the bottom? Do I put it in both? Well, think about fractions real quick. Pause this. If I had -8/2, 8/2 is 4. Divided by a negative in front is a negative. Now, say I put that negative in the numerator. If I have a -8 divided by 2, a negative divided by positive, I have two different signs. I get a negative. 8 divided by 2 is 4. I'd be allowed to put it in the top. Well, if I had it as 8/2, 8 divided by -2, positive divided by -4. I would be allowed to put it in just the bottom. One of the more tempting, students want to say put it in both. If I had -8/2, the problem here is that a negative divided by a negative is a positive. That's the only one that I can't do. We're going to show why if I have a -1/2 slope, I could put it in the top. I could put it in the bottom. And I'm going to show right now why that would be the same. If I come back over here, remember that I start at -3. Remember the slope, rise divided by run. The ratio of how much is a rise versus how much is a run. Well, if I'm looking at a rise of -1, a rise of -1 means down 1. A run of 2, because it's positive, means 2 to the right. Well, now let's look at, what if I put the negative in the bottom? Well, now I'm rising a +1. Notice that looks like it's going to be different, but now I have a run of -2. Well, an x run of -2 means to the left 2, and look at what we got. They're both in a straight line, which then would support, the only way I would know that it's not negative over negative would be down 1 and left 2. And you'd see again why it's way off in the distance. That again is why you cannot put it in both. But that's the quick way to graph. Let's look at a few more examples.